Okay.
That week, I knew that God was real and that He loved me, and I'd never be alone.
Coming out of the water, it was different.
This is my story.
This is my story. This is my story.
This is my story.
This is my story.
This is my story. Hello, my name is Kyson and I attend the second service every Sunday with my family and my grandparents as well. We've been coming regularly for a couple years now. I participated in the CC group for many years from I think second grade all the way up till my sophomore year, and the rest of my siblings still do that. It's called Classical Conversations. It's a homeschool co-op. My plan is to dual major in ag business and accounting at Millikan. Ag runs in my family. My great-grandpa, my grandpa, my dad are all farmers. My dad is a banker as well. He just farms on the side. But I'd kind of like to keep that family tradition going. I'm the oldest of four siblings. I'm 18, and then my sister Violet is 15. My brother Miguel is also 15, and we adopted him from Colombia almost 3 years ago. And then my little brother Davis, he's 9. Um, we're planning on adopting again two more kids. They're siblings. The girl, I believe, is 13, and then her little brother is 5. And so we're in the middle of that process right now. Well, we were able to host Miguel the previous summer before we adopted him and get like, I think it was 2 weeks he was here, and he just got to be with us and then go back to Colombia. And that was a good experience. He was really shy at first, but he kind of warmed up to us. And so when we did adopt him, it wasn't super awkward or anything. He kind of fit in, and he's one of my best friends now. So I've worked the last 2 summers at Tenderleaf Nursery, and I worked a little bit during the school year there. Right now I'm working 2 days a week on the days I don't have class, and I'm planning on working there over the summer again. I really have enjoyed landscaping work, working outside. It's I like that, and I've learned a lot of good things. Just playing basketball. Even though I'm done, high school basketball's over, I still go out and shoot in my driveway a lot, and I really enjoy that. Just listening to music and being able to go out and shoot. One thing is just that, hard work pays off, and if you put a lot of effort into, basketball is what I played, then it will be rewarding in games, and I think that applies to a lot of things in life. And then also just being on a team and working as a team, and I was a captain on the team, so leading the team when we're not playing well, getting the guys together and getting things in order. Fixing what we're doing wrong. Probably that I'm a pretty slow eater. I think some people get annoyed with that. They finish their food and I'm still like halfway done. Probably Instagram, I would say. I would say Biaggi's probably. It's an Italian restaurant. There's one in Bloomington. I like chicken parmesan. The thing that puts me in the best mood is probably going on a prayer walk, which I would like to do every day. I don't always do it every day, but I try to, and I think that kind of sets me in a good mood for the day. I enjoy watching sports, especially March Madness right now, or NFL. Those are probably my two favorite things to watch. I think I'm a good listener. If people need somebody to talk to, I think I'm pretty good at that. I'm generally a pretty calm person, and so I think that's something I'm good at. I've always wanted to learn guitar, but I just never got around to it. Uh, The Staley Viaduct indicator, I actually like that smell a lot. Fingernails to styrofoam. Or like a knife, if you're like writing your name on a to-go box, that sound. I don't like that sound. I think westward expansion in the United States would be kind of a fun time. I mean, dangerous, but fun to live in or to visit, I guess, if I could go back in time. Like the pioneer era. I mean, I might want to participate, but I don't know if I would want to like live there the rest of my life necessarily. I think it'd be a cool thing to experience. Running into a bear when I'm hiking or something like that. Athletic, calm, and logical. I tend to think logically. Or at least I try to. I think leaders in the church is the most important job. Pastors, elders, people who have influence on people's spiritual lives. I think that's the most important thing. A form of godly accountability and like honesty is important. I mean, obviously you can be too honest or like brutally honest, but in a kind way, being honest with each other and, helping each other from making stupid decisions. I think that's a really important thing in a friend. My basketball coach, he preached a lot of different things to us, but one thing that he said was that good leaders take accountability for themselves, but great leaders take accountability for themselves and everyone around them. And I think that's a really good piece of advice, something to, try to live up to in the leadership positions I'm in, but also, going forward where I probably have a lot more of those opportunities. I have an okay vertical jump, but it'd be nice if I could just like dunk with ease. I think I'm good at listening and, being there for them in that way. Yeah, probably my mom, but it could be my dad. It depends on what decision that is, but yeah, both my parents. When my little brother Davis was born, going to the hospital with my grandparents, who have both passed away since then, that's a good memory that I have, meeting him and also just, being with them. Both my grandparents passing away. My grandpa was, I think, 2016, and then my grandma 2022. Luckily, we kind of knew for both of them that it wouldn't, they wouldn't be around too much longer, so I was able to spend a lot of time with them, which was good, but it was still tough. I mean, pretty much all my life, believed in God and gave my life to Jesus when I was a kid. And then in recent years, I've drawn closer to Him, and I mean, my mom has probably been the number one person I go to advice to for that. I try to read my Bible every day before I go to bed, and then at some point I try to do like an extended prayer, like a prayer walk, or if the weather isn't nice enough, just pray in my room, but like 20 minutes or so of prayer. And then I do listen to a lot of worship music as well. So those are kind of the ways that I spend time with God. In dating relationships is one thing. I've been in the past kind of stubborn, like, ignoring things that I shouldn't have. And God's kind of just pulled me out of multiple dating relationships. And I look back and I'm like, I don't know why I was in that relationship, but, thank you, God, for pulling me out of that. And worship would be the time that I feel His presence most. And it depends on the day. Sometimes, I don't really get super emotional when I worship, but there are times where, I'm worshiping and I just do get pretty emotional, which I'm not an emotional person. That's like the only thing that can kind of get to me. But yeah, that's where I would go if I needed to just be in His presence. I mean, maybe just spending time in places that I mean, are kind of a waste of time when I should be reading my Bible, I should be praying, but instead I'm playing a video game or watching a show, or I'm on my phone, or, I mean, sometimes distractions just get in the way. I would say that's the main thing. There are, I think a decent amount of Christians at Milliken, but there's obviously a lot of people who aren't. And so, if I have classmates I'm trying to make friends with and they're not Christians, how do I deal with that? I'll probably give a lot of thought to that. How, can I be a light or an example for them, without seeming like judgmental and rude, I guess. I mean, right now, I've actually kind of started with my friends a little Bible study. With basketball, I was kind of busy and we weren't really able to do it a ton, but I'd really like to try to expand that, invite other people my age, because I think my generation is one that needs the gospel a lot, needs Jesus a lot. So, just trying to minister to them, other people my age that I can relate to and hopefully help. I mean, that's right now, and then in the future we'll see what God has for me. I think a lot of students, a lot of kids my age are dealing with like depression, anxiety, those things. And I think the message of just Jesus brings hope is one that's really necessary, because a lot of people maybe don't have a good understanding of what Christianity is. They think it's just like any other religion, you just follow rules, but really it's, a freeing thing. It's walking in hope and joy and peace, and those things are really lacking, I think, in my generation. So I think that's one way that we could, minister to students. To trust Him and His plan for my life, and not over this trust that He'll open and close doors for me as He wills them, and just to seek Him in prayer more, and spend time with Him. You just seek Him and trust Him, and He'll give you peace. And I'm a pretty peaceful person, so I've found peace in God on a good day or a bad day. And I mean, I think that's something I could share with others. It's about finding that peace.